Hey guys, it's Bree. I just wanted to give you a quick reading update. What I'm reading in the month of February. This is kind of my TBR. Kind of, sort of. Alright, so currently I am reading Foundryside by Robert Jackson Bennett. I am halfway through it, about page 220 something, a little under halfway. This follows a character whose name I can never remember how to pronounce. So let me hold a moment while I find that. What is your name? And she's talking to the kid. And the first time she's talking to So I just want to say her name is Sansia. I know that's not right. It's really not right. Okay. Sanchia. Okay, I always want to say Sansia. It's Sanchia though, which makes me think of Chia Pets. So we're following 20-year-old Sanchia. She is a thief in Foundryside, I think is where she lives. I'm only halfway through. This is a problem. She ends up stealing something. She's contracted to steal something from the waterfront, and it is just a box. So she steals it, causes havoc while she does, burns down part of a city. Problematic. And she gets it back, and it turns out what she stole ends up being really important. A lot of people want it, and then they all try. A bunch of assassins tried to kill her. I actually really enjoyed this one. I was leery picking it up because it's blurbed by Brandon Sanderson. Says, the exciting beginning of a promising new epic fantasy series. Prepare for ancient mysteries, innovative magic, and heart-pounding heists. I agree with what he said, but I'm not a Brandon Sanderson fan. I've tried reading the Lightbringer series. Is that what it's called? Way of Kings is the first book. I couldn't get through it. I was bored. I've read Warbreaker. It was okay. I didn't love it. I've tried reading couple of his other books. I just can't get into them. I don't know what it is about the writing style, so I was worried this was going to be similar, and I was going to hate it, put off reading it for a few months. Ended up picking up. I actually am really enjoying it. It's going really fast. It's super easy to get into. The characters are funny. There's a lot of action, and you care. It's like there's moments where my eyes tear up a little bit, which I wasn't expecting. I actually went and tried to find the author's other series at Barnes & Noble. Could not find it, so I'll have to order that one at some point. It's really enjoying it. Aside from that book, I am listening to an audiobook, my daily commute. It is called Crown for Cold Silver by Alex Marshall. I originally heard about this one from Kiera Ford over on her channel. I'll link her review down below. I am 80% through the audiobook. It is foul-mouthed, hilarious, totally not kid appropriate. Great fantasy book. The only problem I will say with it is it drops you into like the middle of their story. You're beginning 20 years after they've done all these amazing things, so you're kind of scrambling to figure out who's who, why are they doing what they're doing, and it's super confusing, but still you're laughing even though you're confused, and I really enjoy it. Not appropriate for kids at all. It's a lot of sexual content, a lot of profanity, weird jokes that they wouldn't get. I'm really enjoying that one. And then once I finish that one, I already downloaded my next audiobook. It is called The Ruin of Kings by Jenn Lyons, which I don't know much about. I know it's one of the kind of old school tropes of like somebody finds out they're royalty even though they didn't know they were, and then they take down an empire. I don't know, I've heard amazing things about it though. Everybody's raving about it everywhere, which I was a little leery because the earlier reviews were much lower than the ones that are coming out now. So I'm really hoping it's really good. It's a super long audiobook. I think it's 27 hours. 27 hours, 15 minutes. Super long. I'm very excited though. There's multiple narrators, so we'll see how that works out. And then once I finish, I did read the first 30 pages of Suspicious Minds. This is my new obsession, Stranger Things. Really loving it. This takes place, we're following Eleven's mother. If you haven't watched the show, don't read the book. Watch the show, then read the book. It'll spoil some things for you. I'm enjoying it, a little bit slower side. But I've heard the ending is really good, so I have my fingers crossed for that one. And then I already finished 2 books this month, which I'll be putting reviews up for. Let me go grab them. I read Kingdom of Copper by S.K. Chakraborty. This is the sequel to City of Brass, which was one of my favorite books last year. This one is amazing. I will put it in my wrap up and I will be writing a review. I started and I just couldn't finish writing the review, so I'm gonna finish that and then film one also. I love these characters so much. This is a good book. Warning, it is going to be a little more political and slower than the first one, but totally worth it. I cannot wait for the third book. I'm just so excited. And then I just finished, actually yesterday, I'm going to say this wrong, Anno Dracula, which that translates to Year of, so Year of Dracula. And it was okay. I've already written a full review, I'll link it below, I'll film one too. I had higher hopes. I don't regret reading it. Not going to continue with the series though. I'll link the review below. Yeah, so that's what I am reading this month. I think I've had some pretty good books this month. A lot of fantasy. Pretty much all fantasy. But let me know if you've read any of them or want to read any of them. And I will talk to you guys in the comments. Happy reading. Bye.